Hi everyone. So welcome to the live stream today. Very much excited for having you. It is the part 3 in our discussion for public sector accounting and finance. We started on Wednesday, looked at how to study public sector accounting and finance, the key topics that we need to focus on, the structure of the syllabus, and how you need to position yourself and go through the entire syllabus in order for you to pass the examination. Yesterday, we started with the introduction to public sector accounting and finance, where we saw the issues in relation to what is public sector, what is government accounting. We saw the various objectives of public sector or government accounting. Then we discussed the various reasons why public sector organizations exist, and also spend some time to look at the issue in relation to how of the various types of public sector organizations. So in case you missed the part 1 and the part 2, you can check the description to this video on YouTube, definitely, so that you'll be able to watch the video and follow in that regard. Now, I'm going to have a special offer today, special Vast Day offer today for you guys joining me on the live stream. So if you're joining, stay tuned, because so that you will not miss the offer. I'm going to give a special offer today for the people joining on the live stream and the people who have been with us and the support that you give us on the channel. So stay tuned both on Facebook as well as on YouTube for the announcement of the special offer, so that you'll be able to really take your life to the next level, and most importantly, become more successful. Because like I say all the time, my objective is to be able to provide you with the assistance that you need, the content that you require, and the mentorship that is necessary for you to position yourself strategically, not only to pass the exams, but most importantly, become successful and take your life to the next level. So I see some of you guys joining. Comment in the chat box on YouTube, and then in the comments section on Facebook, any questions you have for me, what you want us to share on the channel from next week as we move on to week 6 in our discussion towards the ICA May 2021 examination. So I see some of you guys joining. Smash the like button when you join the stream. It helps us a lot to grow the channel. And also comment in the chat box any questions that you have for me as we continue with our discussion today. So let me share my screen with you real quick, and then we'll be able to continue with the discussion. Ernesto, Vietnamian, I see you. Hello. I hope that you're doing well, Ernesto. So let me share my screen with you real quick, and then let's begin the discussion. Remember, like I said, I have a special offer for you guys joining me on the live stream today. So make sure you stay tuned so that you won't miss the offer. It's a one-time offer as a way to help you to be able to prepare for your examination. And it's also my special Valentine's Day offer that I'm giving to you guys, so that you'll be able to prepare well for the examination, and most importantly, pass the exam. So make sure you stay tuned. Share the video when you join the live stream. It helps us a lot to be able to serve you much better, and also helps us to reach as many students as possible, So like I mentioned, we've discussed a couple of issues in here. The part 1, this is the part 3 in our discussion this week on public sector accounting and finance. So in case you missed the sessions, make sure that you can check the link in the description on YouTube, then you'll be able to watch it. Alidu Habib, I see you. Hello, Halidu. Nana Techiwa said, hello, Nhyira. I trust you are doing well. Yes, Nana, I am doing well, and I hope that you are also doing well, Techiwa. Right, so let's get into the discussion real quick for the day, and then let's continue. So we want to build up on where we left yesterday on the types of public sector organizations. So we mentioned that we have the central government, we have the local government, we have the statutory bodies, and then we have the state enterprises. And these are the categories of public sector organizations that we have. And so we want to continue from there to go to the objectives of public sector organizations, Now, like I mentioned, there is a special offer that I'm giving to you guys today so that you will be able to prepare well for the exams. It's my Val's Day gift to you, as well as to be able to assist you to prepare well for the exam. Now, for a limited time, now this is where the offer is coming in. For a limited time, you can enroll in our courses online, and you're going to be getting 20% discount off. So instead of 390 Ghana cedis, if you enroll right now, today, in a limited time, you're going to be getting 20% off, so that you will be paying 312 Ghana cedis per paper instead of the 390 Ghana cedis. Now, on the checkout page, you have to use the coupon code I love Nhyira Premium. I love Nhyira Premium. And I've put it in the chat box, both on Facebook as well as on YouTube, so you can check it out. So on the checkout page, when you select your courses and you are checking out, on the checkout page, you will see apply coupon code. Use the coupon code I love Nhyira Premium. It's one letter and lower. It's a one letter word. I love Nhyira Premium. I love Nhyira Premium. And you will get 20% off in the course, so you can enroll. So instead of 390 Ghana cedis per paper, you will be able to pay only 312 Ghana cedis per paper. This is my special Val's Day gift to you, so that you can enroll, get access to the full course, get access to the lecture videos, get access to the ebooks, get access to the question kits, but most importantly, joining our weekly live Zoom sessions and having me as your personalized mentor to assist you in order for you to prepare well for your examination. So this is a limited offer. This coupon code will not be active in a long time. So just go in there, select your courses, apply the coupon code I love Nhyira Premium, and boom, you're going to get 20% off. And that is my Valentine's Day gift for you. So I love Nhyira Premium is in the chat box on YouTube, and it's in the comment section as well as on Facebook. Check it out and enroll in the course, and let me assist you to become successful. Right, so let's go on with our discussion here, as some of you guys checked out the offer, and we continue with the discussion. So we want to look at the objectives of public sector entities, the objectives of public sector entities, the objectives of public sector entities. Now, when it comes to public sector entities, they have an objective. Now, we've looked at the objective of government accounting, but what we want to look out for now is the objective of public sector entities, the objectives of public sector entities. Now, so what are the objectives of public sector entities? What are the objectives of public sector entities? So we have some points in here that we're going to be going through it real quick in that case. So number one is to provide public goods and services for all citizens, regardless of their ability to pay for these goods. Regardless of their ability to pay for these goods. All right? So they are going to be enrolled, or they are going to be government will be able to provide goods and services to individuals, to organizations, to institutions, irrespective of their ability to pay. That is one of the key objectives of public sector entities. Two, to provide public goods and services where such can only be economically provided by a centrally planned organization for the whole of the citizenry. For example, protection against external aggression, justice and equity, internal peace, security and order. These things, imagine we privatizing it. How is it going to be like? Imagine the government privatizing the Navy, privatizing the police, privatizing those key institutions. Imagine how it will be like. What it then going to mean is that they are going to be charging you for the services that they render. And if they charge you for the services that they render, it means that you are going to be in a deep trouble in relation to that. So key thing you need to understand is that the second objective of public sector organizations or institution is to provide public goods or services that may not be economically provided, or that can only be economically provided by the centrally planned government or organization. 3, to create and maintain economic and social infrastructure within the country and to provide a benefit to everyone within socially acceptable norm. Very, very important. To create and maintain economic and social infrastructure, to create and maintain economic and social infrastructure within the country and to provide a benefit to everyone within socially acceptable norms. That is another objective of public sector organizations or public sector institutions. So when they exist, they are there to create those infrastructure that we need: the road, the hospitals, the schools, the railway, the airports, and all of those things that are necessary in order to enhance economic growth. The government institutions or organizations are there to do that. Then the next one, to correct inequalities that may exist among different groups within the country. To correct inequalities that may exist among different groups within the country. I told you about this yesterday, because one of the things that the government can do is to reduce or to ensure that there is a gap, or the gap between the rich and the poor, or the upper class, the middle class, and then the lower class, the gap is closed, so that at the end of the day, they all sort of have the same thing there. So the only way we can ensure that is when government steps in by using fiscal policies like taxation and all that to tax the rich or the people who have a lot of money to finance or provide infrastructure facility to the people who have less amount of money available. So these are the objectives of public sector entities. Now you could see that the explanation just looks like the objective of government accounting in that case. So that is one key thing that you need to understand in there. Now, I see some of you guys joining the stream. This is the part 3 of our discussion on public sector accounting and finance. In case you missed the part 1 and 2, you can watch it using the link in the description to this video on YouTube. The description to this video on YouTube. The part 1, I spoke about how to study and pass your public sector examination. In part 2, that was yesterday, we looked at the introduction to public sector accounting and finance. And this is part 3 this week in our discussion, and we are continuing with the introduction to public sector accounting and finance. Remember that I am giving a special Valentine's Day gift to everybody who wants to study with us directly under my mentorship. For a limited time, you're going to get 20% off if you enroll on our course online using the coupon code I love Nhyira Premium. The coupon code is I love Nhyira Premium. So on your checkout page, when you put there I love Nhyira Premium, for a limited time, for a short time, you will be able to get 20% off, so you can enroll in your courses, get access to the full course, learn under my mentorship, and be able to be positioned well to pass the examination. So the coupon code is I love Nhyira Premium. You can check the link in the description of the video, or visit nhyirapremium.com, select your courses, then apply the coupon code. Now, the next thing we want to look at is ways by which governments control public companies. So how does the government control these public entities? Yes, they exist to provide certain services. They exist to provide certain goods. They exist to bridge the gap between the rich, the poor. They exist to ensure that there is infrastructure facilities and other social amenities. But what are the ways through which governments control these public organizations or public enterprises? 1, government power can be exercised through the appointment of the chief executive and members of the board of management. Very, very critical. So one way government controls the activities of public organizations or public enterprises is through the appointment of the chief executive. So you realize that most of the time in Ghana, what happens is that once there is a new government in office, maybe there was NDC, now there is NPP, or there was NPP and now there is NDC. But once there is a change in government like that, all other things being equal, all the public enterprises will be, their CEOs, the board will be ransacked, will be changed, there will be overhaul, revamping, and all that will happen. Why? Because government controls them through the appointment of these people. 2, government can exercise control by giving specific direction concerning prices, production costs, and social goals. So government can say that, yes, you exist to do A, B, and C, but we want you to sell your product at this price level. Or your cost of production is this, but we're going to subsidize the cost of production in this manner so that you end up just sharing the goods at no cost. Or we established you because we want you to provide services to A, B, and C individuals. So government controls these public operations, public enterprises through direct, specific direction concerning their price and all that. Next one. Government uses the submission of annual reports as an opportunity to evaluate the performance of the enterprises. Because at the end of the day, these public enterprises are required to prepare and present annual reports, financial statements. So at the end of the day, governments can use these annual reports and financial statements to be able to assess their performance and find out whether they should continue to have the chief executive officer or the board there, or they should be replaced by different people in that case. 4, public companies need to obtain government approval and guarantees for long-term loans. So there are times when a couple of loans that they need to go for, they would have to be supported, or a guarantee has to be provided by the government to be able to enable them to raise the funding in there. Because government want to know how much money, why are you going for the loan, and what is the loan for, how will that improve upon your operations, and how will it be able to satisfy the welfare or maximize the welfare of the citizens of the republic. So we need to also know about that. Then the 5th one is public companies need to obtain government approval for their annual budgets. Yes, they prepare their budgets. Since they are appointed by the government, they are established by an act of parliament, their budget would have to be sent to parliament for them to be approved before they can start working in that case. Then the last thing is government may specify the economic roles of state enterprises and the target rates of their return. So these are some of the ways through which government controls public enterprises. Any questions for me? Any questions for me? Any questions for me? So if you have any questions, you put it in the chat box on YouTube, and then in the comment section on Facebook, as I'll be reading all of your comments to see what exactly is going on. Let me know in the comment section what you would want us to share from next week as we build up our knowledge and continue with our discussion. Now, the next thing we want to discuss will be the differences between public enterprises and then private enterprises. The difference between public enterprises and private enterprises. So what are the differences between public enterprises and then private enterprises, or government accounting and private sector accounting? What are the differences? Now, we could raise a lot of points, but let's look at it in that case. Number one is their objectives. The objective of public sector organizations is to maximize the welfare of the citizens. In other words, providing goods and services to individuals irrespective of their ability, regardless of their ability to pay or not. Okay, regardless of their ability to pay. Then in the private sector, we ain't going to do that. we are not existing to maximize the welfare of the customer. Not only that, we are there to maximize the wealth of the shareholders. All right. Now, currently, companies' objective have gone beyond just making money for the shareholders and also making sure that they are responsible to the environment. They are responsible to making sure that they satisfy their customers, and they also make sure that the welfare of the employees are catered for. But those are secondary matters. Every company, for profit-making company, exists to maximize the wealth of the shareholders. That is one of the things that we can mention. The second thing we can mention is about funding. Okay, funding. So let me pull up my slide here. So number one is their objective. Number two is how they are funded. Now, when it comes to funding, public sector organizations are funded by the government, okay, from the consolidated fund, definitely. By the government, usually from the consolidated fund. So that is how public sector organizations are funded. But private sector organizations are funded by the shareholders, the owners of the business, the shareholders, the owners of the business. They fund public sector organization. Sorry, they fund the organization that they establish and making sure that management has all the resources they need to undertake the work that they need to perform. Number three is their establishment and control. Usually, public sector organizations are established by an act of parliament, okay, or by law, and they are controlled by the government. Some of them are independent on their own, but still they are people, they are leaders, the principal account holder, and those ones will be appointed by the government. So public sector organizations are established and controlled by the government, but private sector organizations are established by private individuals and controlled by the shareholders or the owners of the organization. So that is also another distinction that we can talk about. Then not only that, we can talk about the issue in relation to accountability. 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 Now, when we come to accountability, public sector organizations are accountable to a wide range of stakeholders. Because for the public sector, their information will be used by the citizens, the Controller Accountant General, Parliament, the Revenue Authority, donor communities, IMF, World Bank, other foreign organizations. So the accountability level for government organizations is to a wider stakeholders. But in the private sector, accountability is usually to the shareholders because they are the owners of the organization. If you remember the agency theory, they are the owners of the organization. So usually accountability will be to the owners of the organization and to some regulatory authorities as required by law. Then the next thing we can talk about is maybe the source of their revenue. How do they make money? Private sector organizations make money by charging for services fees or, yes, taking revenue from the sale of their goods and or services. But the public sector gets their revenue either from the service fee, penalties, fines, or allocation from the consolidated fund directly. So that is how they're able to get their revenue in that case. All right. So objective, funding, establishment and control, accountability, how they get their revenue, and then even how they prepare financial statements. So preparation, let's write that well. Preparation of financial statements. When it comes to the public sector, financial statements are prepared in accordance with what? International Public Sector Accounting Standards, IPSAS. Okay, so in the public sector, financial statements are prepared in accordance with the International Public Sector Accounting Standards. But when it comes to the private sector, financial statements are prepared in accordance with the International Financial Reporting Standards as well as International Accounting Standards. Okay, so one is the IPSAS, one is the IFRSs or the IASs. IFRSs or the IASs. So these are some differences we can mention between public sector accounting or public sector organizations and private sector organizations. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Now, if you just joined the stream, this is the part 3. Give us a thumbs up on the video when you join the stream. Smash the like button on the video when you join the stream. It really, really helps us a lot. And as a way to help you and give you a Vals Day, make your Vals Day worth it, I'm giving you 20% off on our online courses. So you can go on our website right now, NhyiraPremium.com. This is a limited offer, and you can enroll in a course right now using the coupon code I love Nhyira Premium. I love Nhyira Premium. That is the coupon code you're going to be using. I love Nhyira Premium. I love Nhyira Premium. It's a one word, so that is the coupon code. So you're going to apply this coupon code on checkout, and this gives you 20% off the course so that you'll be able to enroll and study under my mentorship for the examination. So go on right now, select the courses and add them to your cart, checkout, and then apply the coupon code I love Nhyira Premium. Now, this is a limited offer. It could be off any moment from now. Just visit NhyiraPremium.com. You can click the link in the description or click the link pin to the chat on our live chat on YouTube, and then you can enroll in the course. So you get 20% off when you apply this coupon code so that you can study under my mentorship. Now, this is a limited offer. This is a limited offer. It is my way to say thank you for the support. Thank you for joining our live stream all the time. And also my way of celebrating the Valentine's Day with you, making sure that you enjoy and have the best as you take your life to the next level. Right, so that is it about the objectives. Now let me go through some of the other points that I have listed here in my slide. It's going to be the same thing that I've just spoken about though, but let's just go through it and see some of the points that I raised in my slide here. So number one, the main objective of a commercial enterprise is to maximize profit, whilst that of government is to provide adequate welfare to the people at a reasonable cost. So that is about the first point we mentioned, the objectives. Okay, the objectives. 2, government revenue is derived from the public in the form of taxation, fines, fees, etc. But whereas business concerns obtain their income principally from the sale of goods and what? Services. So that is about revenue. Okay, that's about revenue. Then the third one, in government, financial transactions are recorded on cash basis, whereas in commercial organization, it is on accrual basis. Now, this is not totally true the case now because of the introduction of the IPSAS, and maybe by 2023, Ghana will be integrated on the or migrated to the full accrual basis. So yes, some institutions now are using the accrual basis of accounting, but others are still using the cash basis, the modified cash basis, as we migrate gradually to the full accrual basis. Next one, in public sector accounting, tangible fixed assets such as land and building, plant and machinery are not shown in the balance sheet, whereas in the private sector, these are reflected. Now, this point is because of the previous points that I mentioned on the cash basis. But if we are preparing the financial statement in accordance with the IPSAS, all these will be shown using the accrual IPSAS. Land and building, plants and machinery will be shown on the face of the financial statement. Next, in public sector accounting, current assets such as stocks and debtors are not shown, again, it goes to the third point that we mentioned there about them using cash basis of accounting. Because if they are using cash basis of accounting, that means that they will not be able to account for the items if they have not incurred cost for it or paid cash for it. Next one, in government, there is no annual general meeting of stakeholders or shareholders, unlike the situation with commercial enterprises. What government does is to hold public briefing on specific issues, or what could be referred to as town hall meeting that I think around last year or so, or last 2 years, the Economic Management Committee of the present government usually does. So in the public sector, there is nothing like annual general meeting, but in the private sector, it is very, very critical because that is where management is able to communicate to the shareholders. Auditors are able to present the auditor's report to the shareholders and also be able to provide shareholders with everything that they need. Next one, in public sector accounting, what operates substantially is fund accounting, whereas in private sector accounting, the proprietary approach is what? Adopted. So in public sector accounting, we allocate funds to specific projects, to specific undertaking as a vote, and it is accounted for in that regard. But when it comes to the private sector, there is nothing like that there in that case. So these are the comparison that we can talk about. Remember the points I shared here, the objectives, how they are funded, how they are established, accountability, how they obtain their revenue, and even how they prepare and present their financial statements. Any questions? Daniel Boatin on YouTube said, "You are doing great job." Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, Daniel. So now that we've got that out of the way, the last thing we want to discuss will be users of public sector information. Users of public sector information. Users of public sector information. Now, remember I told you about accountability a moment ago when we were discussing the distinction between public sector organizations and private sector organizations. Remember I told you about accountability. Government organizations are accountable to a wide stakeholders. So there are a lot of users when it comes to the public sector information. So let's look at some of these users real quick. One is donor community, the donor community. You know that one of the issues, one of the ways that governments in developing countries such as Ghana are able to thrive is donations, grants that they are given in order for them to prepare their country and also undertake a lot of projects. So donor community will be interested in the fund or in the accounts of the government to identify whether funds are used for the intended purpose and whether the funds are being used not only for that intended purpose, but value for money is also being achieved. That is very, very critical there. So for instance, if Danida donates money to Ghana to fight whatever, or UNICEF donates money to Ghana to fight, say, cholera or malaria, at the end of the day, they want to find out the money that we donated, what was it used for? Is it used for to fight the malaria that we donated it for or not? So that is why they are interested in the information of governments. Next one is the media. Definitely. They are also interested because they want to analyze and relay the information to the common citizens and also identify how government's financial decision is actually affecting the economy. So like we know in this country, sometimes under the previous administration, like still under the Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo's administration, but his first term, we hear something like the agric minister coming out to say that, food in Ghana is now there is now abundance of food in Ghana, and food in Ghana is now it's now cheaper than ever in the history of the country. Like, I'm just paraphrasing that. But the media went out to interview people, went to the market, and we realized that what the minister was saying was different from what was on the ground. All right? Because the minister is saying something else, but you go to the market and plantain costs as much as it was costing, maize was costing as much as it was costing, yam and other foodstuffs were costing. So which means that you are lying as a minister, and by extension, you are making your government and the whole presidency to lie in that case. So the media helps to hold them accountable. We were also in this country when I think the sanitation minister also came to say something that, oh, Accra is the cleanest city in the country, sorry, in Africa or whatever it is. And for some reason, some of the media houses had to host their morning shows at the places where there were a lot of rubbish dumped there and they are not being taken care of. Again, what are they trying to do? They are trying to hold government accountable, because you said you've allocated a certain fund to take care of these things. But it's a lie, because the thing that you are claiming you've taken care of, it's still available, it's still among us. So the media plays a key role in the governance of a country by making sure that they hold government accountable and making sure that citizens understand whatever government is saying and help the citizens in making of various choices. The next thing is economic planners. Economic planning, like the National Planning Commission, they require information so that when they are planning for Ghana, they are planning preparing the fiscal strategy documents. Now, in case you don't know what a fiscal strategy document is, probably we'll talk about that under public sector budgeting later on, if it happens that I need to take it on the live stream, but that is under budgeting, we'll talk about that. So if they are planning about the country and finding out what it is we need to do for the next few years, they need the information to do it. Taxpayers, you and I, you want to find out whether government is using the money you are paying as tax for the intended purpose. Now, many people allegedly say that they won't pay tax. Why? Because even if they pay the tax, they don't know what government is using the tax for. Now, when you make such a decision, what happens is that it becomes it becomes tax evasion, and that is illegal, and you can be jailed for that. Okay, so the fact that government is not using the money for the intended purpose does not mean you will say you ain't going to pay tax. You've got to pay your tax, because that is very, very critical, and that is very, very important. So one way for the citizen to hold government accountable is through that. Then the next thing that we can talk about is, this is one of the moronic things I hate on my live stream. Who is this trying to post this thing on my live stream? Such give me a moment. Let me try to resolve this thing real quick. There we go. So a moron is it's posting something on my page that I hate to see on my stream. So I need to make sure that I clear that out on Facebook. All right, so let's go. So taxpayers, very, very critical in there. They ensure that we need to hold government accountable. And how do we do that? We do that by looking at the annual accounts or the government accounts so that we can make such decisions. So we can make such decisions. Okay. So I think the comment is removed. Let's continue. Then the next thing is bankers and lenders to the government. Now, people, institutions, organizations who lend money to the government would also want to know about the finance of the government. Why are they interested in the finance of the government? So they can assess the government's ability to pay for what? Amounts that they have borrowed. Okay, so they can assist and identify whether governments will have the ability to pay, the liquidity level of government, whether government has cash available or has no cash available. All that will be assessed. Regulatory bodies, very, very important. They also need the information about government. Budget analysts need the information. The Controller Accountant General Department, he needs the information. The Controller Accountant General, the Controller Accountant General also needs the information in order to make various decisions, prepare the national accounts. The Auditor General needs the information also to ensure that government is spending the money in accordance with the laws, the acts, and that value for money is achieved on each investment or on each amount of money that is actually spent. Then the government trade union, all right? We mentioned that when it comes to the expenditure of government, one of the greatest portion of government expenditure is to the labor force or payment of wages and salaries. So they also want to know the financial resources of government so that they can negotiate for better work terms of services or better working conditions in order for them to be able to become better off as they work for the government. Contractors and suppliers also are interested in the information so that they can make decisions about the fact to be assured that when government awards them contract, there will be money available to actually pay for the contract. And that is also another critical thing that we need to look out for. Then the World Bank, International Monetary Fund, multilateral and bilateral agencies and foreign governments, they are also interested in the information of the public institutions and government by extension to make such decisions, Then the private sector also interested because they want to find out, especially when the budget is released every year, they want to find out what is going on with the budget. Okay, what are the tax rates? Any incentive for businesses? How do we structure our tax as a business going forward? So they are also interested in the activities and the operations of an organization. These are users of public sector financial information, and most importantly, their information need. Users of public sector information, and most importantly, their information need. I see some questions coming in. Let's see if I can take those questions real quick. Rusev, Eureka said, I'm late today. Okay, Rusev, I hope that you're doing well. YouTube, let me know if there are any questions for me. Facebook, Katechie Hayford. Okay, you said no sound. Okay, it's working now. All right. Okay. Now, remember, for a limited time, we are giving an offer for students to enroll. And this is a special day, special Val's Day gift for all of you guys joining me on the live stream. This is exclusive for all of you guys joining me on the live stream. And you will be able to enroll on our online course. You are getting 20% off. That is my way to say thank you for the continued support on the channel, and also my Valentine Day gift for you as you really study and prepare well for your examination. So you head on to our website, NhyiraPremium.com, select a course and apply the coupon code I love Nhyira Premium. I love Nhyira Premium. You can see the coupon code in the chat box on YouTube, and then in the comment section on Facebook. And it's I love Nhyira Premium. It's one letter word. You apply it to get 20% off. So instead of 390 Ghana cedis per paper, you'll be paying 312 Ghana cedis per paper, so that you can enroll in the course, get access to the full content, get access to the lecture videos, get access to the ebooks, and most importantly, join our weekly live Zoom sessions as we assist you in order for you to prepare well for your examination and pass your exams. So any questions for me? Any questions for me real quick? Any questions for me? Any questions for me? All right. So that is our discussion for today. I'll be concluding around here today on the live stream. And it's been a great week. We've had a great time from Tuesday to today. And we've discussed a lot of issues that will enable you to be able to pass the exams. Like I mentioned, this is a special offer for you guys, 20% off on our courses for a limited time. So you can visit the website, NhyiraPremium.com. On your checkout page, apply the coupon code I love Nhyira Premium. This is limited, and you can get access to 20% and get access to the full course and join us. So thank you very much. It's been a great week. In case you missed any of the sessions this week, you can check the description to this video on YouTube, and you'll be able to watch the entire series, especially on what we have done on public sector this week, in how to pass the public sector exams, the introduction to public sector accounting and finance part 1 yesterday, and then today's own, so that you can prepare well for your examination. So thank you very much for joining the live stream. It's always a pleasure coming your way. I'm going to be coming on the live stream again on Monday, God willing, as we continue with our discussion. And we are heading towards week 6, I guess. Am I right? Yeah, I think so. Is it week 5 or week 6? Jeez. Let me just confirm. Yeah, that will be week 6. So next week will be week 6, and we'll be continuing with our discussion in that regard. So thank you very much, and thank you for joining me on the live stream today. Ernesto, Alidu, Nanate Chiwa, Jeremy Ruse, Daniel Boartin, Eurita Ruse, and all of you guys, thank you very much for joining the live stream. In case you've not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Click on the bell notification icon so that when I go live and release some new content on the channel, you will be the first person to be notified. And also share the channel with your friends, your colleagues, and the people who will be interested in these contents at various levels, doing their ACCA, ICA, CPA, SEMA, MBA, first degree, whatever it is. As far as this accountancy related, definitely there is something on the channel for them that they will be able to learn under my mentorship. So thank you very much. I'll see you same time next week as we continue with our discussion. Till we meet then, Stay safe, take care of yourself, and stay blessed. Remember, visit our website, nhyirapremium.com. Apply the coupon code I love Nhyira Premium and get 20% off as my Val's Day gift to you on this special day. Bye-bye.